charging my laptop, and this is the closest charger to me, so bear with me. I wanted to share a theory with you. It is not my theory. I always give credit where credit is due. This is a theory I happened to find here on Reddit, and I want you guys to let me know in the chat because I've talked about Hudson before. We know that there have been a lot of speculations regarding his passing away. Was there some sort of hazing involved? So I know that a lot of you know who Hudson is. If you do not know, please watch the last 3 videos and lives that I have made where I talked about Hudson. This is a theory, okay, that involves Kaylee Gonzalez. And of course, anytime we mention the Gonzalez last name, the G Army of Hate comes after us. So all I'm gonna do is tell you, like, if you're a little sensitive individual, this is not your channel. You can go away, because I would rather have one subscriber that isn't a little biatch than like 10,000 biatches. That's just me. So yes, we're gonna be theorizing about Kaylee having potentially an affair with Hudson. Did this lead to maybe Jack D being enraged? We know that we were told at the very beginning of this case, guys, that this was a crime of passion. And what more passion would there be in a crime than that coming from a jealous lover, right? So it's a plausible theory in my opinion. Now, this Idaho theory says we all know something went down at the party that led to Hudson's passing away. I have hypothesized that Hudson was hooking up with Kaylee G behind Jack D's back. Somehow, somewhere, they got caught. Or Hudson's passing away was a part of the hazing. The group of people decided Hudson was the target who needed to be taken out. No idea of the motive there, but it fits into the picture. Hudson's unaliving gets covered up as an accidental drowning, despite the sheer lack of verified, confirmed proof that there was water in his lungs when he passed away. Now, what's very strange for those of you who are new to this name, Hudson Lindo, we know that he was about 19 years old when he passed away. He was found by Chief Fry. By the way, he had been passed away since like the early morning hours. I believe it was like 3 a.m, and was not found till noon. That this crime was not reported until noon by Chief Fry, allegedly. And what's crazy is that Hudson, they're calling this, an accidental drowning. But we know deep down, we theorize deep down, that this has to do with some sort of frat hazing, most likely because this guy was a swimmer. Okay, one of the best swimmers there ever existed, and you're telling me that he passed away in like 1 inch of water? Bitch, please. Do you think I was born yesterday? Okay. So I see where this person is going with this theory. And there's also sheer lack of verified, confirmed proof that there was water in his lungs when he passed away. Yes, and also Maybet was the coroner too. We know she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, right? Like, she has probably minimal training, sounds like. She's like a nurse, a lawyer. She's like 20 things in one. She's like the Renaissance man, but can't actually do one thing. I don't know. He also just walked away on foot, drunk, to a heavily wooded area and landed face first in a creek? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Everything that happened at this party was kept a secret until the morning of 11/13. Kaylee and Maddie are out drinking at Corner Club. A was bartending that night. A is Adam. Now, Adam has left Corner Club and is no longer employed there. The reason of why he left his position are unknown, but we know Adam is Jack Ducour's roommate. Either Kaylee or Maddie spill the beans to Adam of what happened at that party. Adam took that info, ran with it, and told Jack Ducour. Jack then becomes enraged and decides Kaylee is a threat or a target who needs to be deleted. Jack leaves his phone at home to cover his digital footprint and make it appear as though he was at his house asleep the entire time. Meanwhile, Kaylee and Maddie are calling his phone. Jack isn't answering. Why? Because in reality, Jack Decor was on his way to 1122 King Road, and his phone was at his residence. This explains all of the calls that were made by Kaylee and Maddie to Jack potentially not being answered. Upon arriving at 1122 King Road, Jack grabs Murphy, puts him in another room. When Jack goes into Xana's room, he didn't know Ethan was going to be there. They didn't go to the frat party earlier. So this, for me, guys, it's an interesting theory, okay? For those of you who are just coming into the live, who are not aware of who Hudson Lindo is, please go watch the last couple of videos where I've talked about him quite a bit. Okay, this Jack Decor jealous rage theory, in my opinion, guys, this is a theory that is valid, even without attempting to tie it to another local passing away, like the passing away of Hudson, right? Honestly, theoretically, I mean, Kaylee could have hypothetically hooked up with any other guy, and it could have easily set Jack Decor off. And we know when we look at statistics regarding similar crimes, most of the times it's a person or people who know the victims, right? In the early days, Jack was my personal prime suspect. Even if this theory that we are talking about here is not true, even if Kaylee did not have some affair with Hudson, maybe they didn't even know each other, we don't know. Anna says, vegetarianism and psychopaths and sparing dogs, exactly. No. So it would be somewhat confusing unless unless we can make some sort of connection from Hudson to any of the victims. I know that I talked about Hudson potentially knowing Ethan. They were allegedly in the same fraternity. So it's something to keep in mind as we're going through this, because even if there was nothing directly with Ethan and Hudson, is it possible that maybe, just maybe, Ethan could have introduced Hudson to one of the girls? And when we have looked in the past at some of Jack Decor's tweets over the last few years before Kaylee passed away, there was so many comments, so many messages about cheating and being lied to. You know? So that is another rabbit hole that we could potentially go through. We could talk about that, right? Now, I also wanted to talk about rabbit holes because they piss people off. Some people get very triggered when we are addressing like this theory, right? So like a random ass theory, maybe not. But you have to understand why people will theorize about anything and everything, okay? And this is because there has been no transparency from law enforcement. When law enforcement is lying to all of us, and we know that they've lied in the past, in previous cases, and they are lying now, Chief Fry lied to us, right? Because he said that the girls didn't make the calls. And now we know that the girls actually did call 911. So we were being lied to then. What else are they lying to us about? This is why we end up in these situations, sometimes having to make random connections, talk about random theories when there is no trust with law enforcement. Not because we just don't trust them, because we just don't like them. No, we don't trust them because they have not earned that trust. When they come on national news, national TV, and lie to our fucking faces, straight up tell us that, well, this was a targeted attack. Well, we don't really know. They didn't even have Koberger's name by then, right? So yeah, don't get upset at us crime sleuths when we're talking about all these theories. And actually, I don't think that this theory is that insane. I think that this is quite a sane theory. Not necessarily that Kaylee had an affair with Hudson, but maybe Kaylee had an affair just in general. And that could have set Jack off, right? Could have set him off. It's not that far-fetched. And if you guys know about Hudson's passing away, you understand that the autopsy reports were never really released. They were never transparent about that either. So what are they hiding? That has been years. Was there foul play? Or could it be much simpler, for example, that a fraternity member was maybe drunk or somehow recklessly involved in this sort of passing away? Let me know what you guys thought about this video. I just wanted to come on here and talk about this random theory, and also honestly to test if this live is doing its thing, because you guys know I was banned. So make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you're signed up to receive notifications, because guys, I've gotten in trouble. This is like my fourth YouTube channel, literally, because we talk about things they don't want us to talk about, right? So please leave a comment if you think that it's possible that Kaylee may have had an affair with Hudson and that could have triggered Jack's rage. Leave a number 1. If you think that this is a crazy theory, like so far-fetched that like aliens would probably take over the world before this theory is true, leave a 2. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. So thanks guys for joining me yet again. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Hoppers. Bye, Lisa. Thank you, guys. Who's in the chat? I forgot. I forgot to check the chat. Let's see. The floor is uncomfortable. Oh my God. A lot of you guys are here. Hello, Hoppers. Hi, Photography by Crystal. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Queen of Zion. Hi, Nigel. Hello, John. Welcome. Anna, they were on their phones and communicating. Nikki, I totally agree with you, right? Like, we want to trust law enforcement, but when they've lied so much, and not only lied, but they've actually gotten in trouble, right? They've gotten in trouble. You guys know I talked about the sticker gate incident with Moscow Police Department, okay, doing illegal things. There was also cases where Moscow cops were pulling college girls over to try to like take advantage of these girls. That was really fucking disturbing, by the way. Because like if you guys are parents and you have kids, or you were ever like a young person, that's fucking creepy. You can't even drive down the road at night without being afraid of law enforcement pulling you over and trying to RAPE you. I'm just saying. Moscow, PD, bad juju. All cops, not bad juju. Bad cops, bad juju. Don't twist my words. Don't twist my words. Zarina Courtney, hello. Hello, Maria, Lisa. Thank you guys for joining me. I have to really head out now. I have to get ready for my other job. So I don't know. There's just like so many potential connections. Maybe one day I'll show you guys my crazy drawing. It's literally like a map, like all kinds of notes. It's crazy. It's like a crazy detective thing. It's like there's so many potential connections due to the fraternities alone. And what's insane is that I have tried to make those connections to Mr. Koberger as well, because honestly, innocent until proven guilty, but we still need to take him into account. Like, he is being charged for this crime. So I've tried to make connections to Koberger, and there's like minimal connections. The only actual connection that we have so far is the DNA on the snap button of the sheath. We don't even know if the K-bar was actually committed to or used to commit the crime. Moscow PD, have they planted evidence before? I wouldn't put it past Chief Fry. I wouldn't put it past Mary or Payne either, but what do I know? I'm just a girl. So yeah, see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.